always mention, our youth are too often glued to their devices. And our vision is to create a fun and engaging playground surrounded with informational kiosks and shaded areas where children and their family will be able to find discovery and joy in learning in their VI National Park and in their community of Cruz Bay.
That was Tonia Lovejoy, Executive Director of Friends of Virgin Islands National Park, testifying before the Committee on Finance on Friday in support of legislation that would award the organization a $250,000 grant from the USVI government. The money would go towards a project to improve the recreational park space on the island of St. John in work that is expected to benefit over 500 children. The government's donation would go towards completing renovations at the existing playground in Cruz Bay. The work is being done in two phases. The first, coming in at just under $500,000, was funded through private donations. The remainder of the $800,000 project, Lovejoy says, will be built with a mix of private money and government funds. The hurricane-damaged park is still the most heavily utilized recreational facility on the island of St. John. The land is owned by the National Park Service and is managed by the Department of Sports, Parks and Recreation. DSPR Commissioner Gov't White says that once the funding for the park rehabilitation project is approved by the legislature, a memorandum of understanding will be executed between his agency and NPS to continue the leasing arrangement.
If it's approved by the legislature, through the Department of Sports, Park and Recreation and Property Procurement, we will execute some type of MOU similar to what we did with the Meadra Cummins Park with that nonprofit organization for them to go ahead and construct this. Currently, Sports, Park and Recreation already have an existing use of the facility MOU with National Park for us to manage the facility.
The land is currently managed via a special use permit which has been renewed annually for 51 years. The 5 Finance Committee members present during last Friday's session all voted in favor of the grant, noting the importance of recreational spaces for children. Senator Angel Bolquez, who brought the legislation forward, is hoping that the park's enhancement will help children reduce their screen time and allow them to physically interact with their peers.
It also gives them a safe learning environment to develop physical, social, emotional, and cognitive skills, such as sharpening perception, developing motor skills, solving problems, working with others, communicating, and building self-esteem. And of course, exercising their creative minds through their imagination. The children of St. John do not have the vast open spaces of public property like St. Croix and St. Thomas, and have not been able to see the major enhancements of youth activity or recreation due to the past hurricanes, or what I would like to call extenuating circumstances due to the lack of a proper public school on St. John and being forced to sacrifice the recreational ball field for modular classrooms.